I want to read something that's so interesting. It's about offending people in general, not just offending devotees, but how offending people in general affects your Krishna consciousness. This is from the Chaitanya Bhagavat. What to speak of being envious of the Vaisnavas? If one causes pain to ordinary living entities, he is considered a fallen, low-class person. Even after worshipping Lord Visnu, if a person gives trouble to other living entities, his worship becomes fruitless. Such a person suffers unlimited miseries. It's interesting, isn't it? A lot of us don't understand the correlation between causing pain to anyone and our relationship with Krishna. We often just think I shouldn't offend or cause pain to devotees, but non-devotees are not important. That's not true. If a person is knowingly or unknowingly envious of a Vaishnava who is engaged in the non-duplicitous service of Lord Hari, his degradation is inevitable. Of this there is no doubt. Apart from this, if even persons claiming to be devotees of Vishnu are envious of ordinary living entities and give various troubles to them, they are actually far away from devotional service to Vishnu and are not fit to be called human beings. That's amazing. If we're envious of anyone, if we cause trouble to anyone, we're not even fit to be called a human being. What to speak of a devotee? This is very, very important. Their worship of Vishnu becomes the source of misery. Those endowed with an absence of jiva doya, or compassion for other living entities, and yet proudly consider themselves servants of Lord Vishnu, achieve the threefold miseries rather than the devotional service of the Lord. So, it's interesting that compassion is such a fundamental aspect of Krishna consciousness, and how sometimes we've learned to compartmentalize that compassion. And it's just compassion to somebody when we go out on Sankirtan, and when we're compartmentalized in that I'm preaching to you or I'm giving you a book, and so I'm the deliverer of compassion, and you get my compassion. What about the rest of the day? This is very, very important. We're learning to practice whatever it is we're learning to practice 24 hours a day. We're not learning to compartmentalize it. We're not learning to justify, well, I was compassionate, I went out and gave someone a book, therefore I can treat other people any way I want. Now what's interesting, if you study Prabhupada's books, you will find various sections which describe behavior of human beings. And if you didn't know it was describing the behavior of human beings, you would think it's describing fairly elevated spiritual behavior, like not becoming angry, being clean, being forgiving, showing compassion to all living entities, and so forth. But these are just qualities, according to the Vedic standard, of human beings. So that's very interesting, because sometimes we may, although we're trying to be devotees, we may not act like human beings. When we're acting influenced by the modes of nature, especially passion and ignorance, we're being pulled often to act in ways which are subhuman. Anger, vengeance, causing pain to others with our words. That's not human behavior. It's not, at least according to Shastra. Think how much pain we cause others with our words, not even our actions. That's not human behavior, the abuse that we may cause others with our tongues. So I just wanted to share this because I just wanted to bring to our attention this concept of committing offenses to people in general, to being envious of people in general, etc., and how that's affecting our Krishna consciousness, that we can't think, because I'm a so-called devotee and I chant Hare Krishna, I can behave in what, by Vedic standards, in some ways would be considered non-human, and think it will not have any effect on my Krishna consciousness. It will have a huge effect. And we're also seeing, I mean, we have to ask the question, why is it that so many people come to Krishna consciousness and so many people have difficulty? It's an important question. And I think this, what we just read, sheds some light on that reality. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.